Whoa.
Future-proof yourself. Techie ass, off-brand, whole milk drinking, V-neck wearing mother.
They don't like my output or my outlook. I'm an Apple guy anyway. New York's renegade, been afraid to engage in it. Slow at the beginning, touch of the chameleon. Eric got no ceiling, no drive, shit still power steering. No interference, no weak deterrence. We should be concerned about how we tune our spirit. Instead we get embarrassed. How we get your marriage in the image of perfection. When we strive for investments, we all can't be rich, that's just natural selection. I know that hurt a couple of my brethrens, damn. Hey, it's all love, I don't do the slow stuff. I was really broke, nigga, I don't need to grow up. Had roaches in my kitchen, ramen noodles in my cup. When I turned 18 is when I really... Before my neighborhood was gang shit, a bunch of us ran home, they were home scrambling. Out scamming him and his whole family, and then it wasn't random, it's more like a stand-up. Now I'm building fandom, I'm top 10 if I could advance it. 10 years ago, man, they wouldn't even chance it. Vocabulary, that's verbal enhancement. Oh, it's very scary if you gotta bring your mans in. Loaded up a semi, take a photo, now we dancing. And they say an architect is soaking up the bandwidth. I could change the settings, we can settle all the damage. Done shows by the other hoes canceling. If I'm the best, say this shit, don't gas it. Misspell my name and you finna get your ass kicked. More for the masses, I reach for them classes. I'm used to them tactics, I move so old. From the musket to the missile, to avoid collision, I pop another pistol. I smoke the nigga with you, ask homie to assist you. Fast forward where you going, I convince you. You got the strength as some other people with you. No excuse if you're present in the physical. If we band together, we can conquer the incredible. Got me feeling like a shumi or an edible. Say you better get it or you put your kiss in bed or something. On the Peloton, trying to sweat up all the Cinnabon. Far from the ignorant bars, let me get your song. I take upon anyone, this is what they really want. I just put my city on, 50 large where they really on. Never been a guy to spend no time in no titty bar. I was catching vibes, getting by with the city on. Hanging with the goons, they gon' ride, that's what he be on.
Skinny light, skinny ramen. What is that anyway? Sound like a bunch of bullshit.
In my life trying to hide. I tried to see the whole world through a crack in the blinds. No check of time, pull back the time. Isolated inside the night, ready to die. In hell I arrive, leave nothing behind. But empty bag was packed, raised by the last wolf pack. Young mark in attack mode, taking up the sheep pit mask. Everything I touch turned ash, and my whole soul burns in his back. Now I got horns on my head, they made out of brass. I got horns on my head, like a certain zodiac.
The question of being an alcoholic, I'm not quite sure that I am one, but if I'm not one, I'm very near, right on the edge of being one.
Riding with the windows down, I like the feel of the wind. Mobbing with my kinfolks now, I like the feel of the sand smoke. Drink. I feel better when I'm faded. It's much better when I'm faded. So much better when I'm faded. Yeah. Yeah. Hate being sober. Henny and soda. I like to be thrown with all of my homies are all on my own. Roll up the zip. Take it to the head. You know when it's loud, feel it in your chest. Hit you like a slug, you gon' need a vest. I'ma need a buzz just to feel my best. Feeling like I'm blessed. Take another shot, now I'm off a lot, I don't feel the stress. Riding with the windows down, I like the feel of the wind. Mobbing with my kinfolks now, I like the feel of the sin. Smoke. Drink. I feel better when I'm faded. It's much better when I'm faded. So much better when I'm faded. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I don't know my limit. This shit feeling dangerous. And we having fun, so I don't say shit about all of the anguish. Different stages, all of you niggas on different pages. And I can't explain it. So I'm taking shot after shot until all of the pain is faded. Funny how life got me jaded, but lick make me feel like I made it. Like life is a game, but fuck it, I treat it like Vegas. One for the riding with the windows down. I like the feel of the wind. Mobbing with my kinfolks now. I like the feel of the sin. Smoke. Drink. I feel better when I'm faded. It's much better when I'm faded. So much better when I'm faded.
Blazing without the license, crazy without the silence, wavy without the pirates. That's what I like. Blazing without the license, crazy without the silence, wavy without the pirates. That's what I like. I love when everything turn up. I'm gonna see the fire ignited, and if it ain't, I don't turn up. You know I get gassed when I light it. I stop, you know I get gassed. You know I get gassed when I light it. Alright, gassed up, so we get gassed. I wanna see the fire ignited. Yo, gassed up, so we get gassed. You know I get gassed when I light it. Alright, gassed up, you know I get gassed. Wanna see the fire ignited. Alright, gassed up, you know I get 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 gassed. Gassed up, so we get gassed. You know I get gassed when I like it. Alright. Gassed up. Fact, not fiction. One plan, one mission. Keep it mixing with the madness. With no fucks given. Blazing without the license. Crazy without the silence. Wavy without the pirates. Gassed up. One plan, one mission. Keep it mixing with the madness. With no fucks given. Blazing without the license. Crazy without the silence. Wavy without the pirates. Blazing without the license, crazy without the silence, wavy without the pirates. That's what I like. Blazing without the license, crazy without the silence, wavy without the pirates. That's how we get gassed. You know I get gassed when I like. Alright, gassed up, you know I get gassed. Wanna see the fire ignited. Alright, gassed up, you know I get 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 gassed. Gassed up, so we get gassed. You know I get gassed when I like it. Alright. Gassed up. Yeah. Big flow that. Zed's dead.
You entice, well try your luck like shooting dice. A hockey puck, my heart is ice, I go to heights. Seldom seen and tell it true, not selling dreams, I've been into. I made it through, I could've screamed, I played a mute. Relay my truth, you play a stream, I don't recoup. I never stoop, my art is gold, my heart is more that's in the street. Like carnivores and cannibals and herbivores and fucking niggas eating anything. Trying to sever you from the better you, I just bought my bitch a wedding ring. Money my wife and we don't fight yet, just the new beginnings. Nigga that's life, I run the red lights, bitch, I'm a proven winner. Dealer man pull up, run a new pillar up, I had 2 for dinner. I had Wheaties for breakfast, but I see a champion, baby. Tell me again who the best was. Wake up and said, fuck the world, my new bitch fucking on me. I put my dirt in my verses, so they got nothing on me. You hearing something that's otherwise from other guys, and you believe it, you none the wiser. Show out, show sold out. Go out, I don't need no ID. Slow out, so slow out. Fall in, don't know how low I be. Show out, show sold out. Go out, I don't need no ID. Slow out, so slow out. Fall in, don't know how low I be.
Our dog know not to take his shit where he eat, and you niggas still ain't learned that. Do what you can for who you can. If you can't, you can't. I'm still trying to learn that.
Cut the tension with a Ginsu knife. It get hard to handle, but it get you right. Priceless lessons falling to me, perfect blessings. Read intentions clear, I'm never second guessing. I'm ready, born a ball. My chick is ready too. She dressing for the ball. Giuseppe on the shoes. It's scary where we grew up. Only a few of us privy to life. I used to think that we the ones living it right. Show out, show sold out. Go out, I don't need no ID. Slow out, so slow out. Fall in, don't know how low I be. Show out, show sold out. Go out, I don't need no ID. Slow out, so slow out. Fall in, don't know how low I be.
I bet I can't get down to them.
I don't feel nobody. I can't hear nobody.
You really don't
And I can't see nobody. Can't compete with nobody, no. Nobody. Nobody.
You really don't understand.
Feel nobody, feel nobody. I brought my shawty right up in the party. Nobody gone, just see the squad and me. What's in my pockets, I brought me friendly with me. What's in my house? 7,000 square feet. My bank account, I swear it's no telling. All type of amounts just so I can spend it. What's all around? Fake niggas act friendly. Cause I'm one now, gotta keep it near me. Cause niggas a smile, but really be friend of me. Bitches a act down, but really ain't enemy. They just want my count, heard I got them millies. Can't go like that now, I'ma keep it pimping. Pistols all around, don't try to catch me slipping. Remember my mama used to whip me. Now I can buy her ass anything.
You really don't understand. You really don't understand, do you?
I don't fear no one. Wartime, I'm gonna give me one. Where I'm from, you gotta walk around with your gun. But I made it out just to get some money.
You really don't understand, do you?
Now I'm riding what I want. Fucking any thought I want. I be buying anything I want. Man, when I was broke,
you really don't understand.
They thought I was a joke.
You really don't understand, do you?
Tip my nails, so in love with you. Die, I'ma sing to you. Cause I love you, I wanna be with you.
You really don't understand, do you?
I bet I can't get down to down.
You really don't understand, do you? You really don't understand, do you?
Back on the set like I never left. I'm taking steps to be the best, so they lay me to rest. VVS up on my chest, I got them DVS. Ain't no tips on my two-door, I want them CSS. Cause if I paid enough, them fuckers better see me coming. I used to drive my mama bucket ride around frontin' on Snyder Avenue, building number 3400. I gave this shit my all or nothing, now my bank bustin'. I'm living plush, new crib, cost a million plus. 6 figures on every art piece that's hanging up. You little niggas still spending on the obvious. And if you think I'm flexing now, just wait till I be up. And just to sum it up, we shining all year long. When I was coming up, they tried to tell me that was wrong. I had to run it up and now I'm right where I belong. If all my niggas dead and gone, I gotta carry on. I pray the Lord have mercy on the niggas soul. We reminisce like it's all we know. Take hollow tips and extra clips everywhere we go. Cause I be taking risks every time that I hit the door. Pray the Lord have mercy on the niggas soul. We reminisce like it's all we know. Take hollow tips and extra clips everywhere we go. Cause I be taking risks every time that I hit the door. Trying to get my thoughts together. I say a prayer every day, hoping it'll get better. I talk to God a lot, these verses is like open letters. I know that nothing really lasts forever, like the past and future don't exist. I know it's now or never, focused on the present. Know my presence is a gift. Just so happen to be good at rapping, that would be my niche. I was only like like 6 when my cousin Richie Rich wrote my first verse for me that I would never forget. And since then I was never known to leave the microphone alone. Often took the long way home just to get those off my dome. Mama blowing up my phone, leave a message at the tone. I was getting in my zone. At times I felt so alone, like how it feel to know that you the best and nobody know. Every punchline a chin check and a body blow. With all disrespect, you niggas still ain't fucking with me though. It never was. Every time they thought they had me down, I just leveled up.
They all frauds. I'm from Brooklyn. I rep Brooklyn all day. They killed Biggie. Y'all niggas is killing us, and you fucking. This world is about money. Money revolves around money.
I pray the Lord have mercy on the niggas' soul. We reminisce like it's all we know. Take hollow tips and extra clips everywhere we go. Cause I be taking risks every time that I hit the door.
Yeah, you like that?
Hey, motherfuckers. Joey Badass and Joe Smooth, bitch. We talking New York, Brooklyn, motherfucker. Joey's the illest motherfucker doing this rap shit. You dig? Go and buy this motherfucking shit right now and tell your grandmother to get into, motherfucker.
I see sun in the water. They don't lead us, but they follow. No surprises, shit goes down. I see something in the water. Ain't no subtle way to call it. You get caught up and it goes down. I see something in the future. They don't like us, but they use us. We ain't stupid, niggas slow. Yeah, I see a bunch of niggas mooching off of other people doing, and it really hurt my soul down. Yeah, concept bullshit made you realize you been shorted. Yeah, concept falling short, you nigga trying too hard. I noticed. Yeah, confined by the corporate, make you see you can't afford it. Yeah, industry a bit, I mean orbit. Yeah, blinded by the blitz, I'm getting tired. It must be more than men. Jury foreign, call your foreign broad imported. Yeah, I just set a target. I need milli in my wallet. Yeah, something's in the water, something's in the way. Nirvana is in my mom and neighbor Thomas. Don't need no dollar to rely on. I'm good in the hood, I'm like vagina. Yeah, nigga too worried about designer. Yeah, that'll get you cut like Andrew Bynum. Where I'm from, they come and find you. Yeah. I see sun in the water. They don't lead us, but they follow. No surprises, shit goes down. I see something in the water. Ain't no subtle way to call it. You get caught up and it goes down. I see something in the future. They don't like us, but they use us. We ain't stupid, niggas slow. Yeah, I see a bunch of niggas mooching off of other people doing, and it really hurt my soul down. Okay. Fake it till you make it, camouflaging off facades. Ayy, personal opinion don't amount to what our God say. Tell the kids go farther when they house don't have a padre. Bottle water when I rap, grew up never drinking from the tap. I was so sick of these airports till COVID hit the map. Now we're too sleep at this point, we even tired of taking naps. I lost close friends to a drug binge in hopes I could bring them back. Mama said it's the revelation, doubters are looking for resolutions. Everyone buying in desperation, on a good note there's no evolution. Man, our reflection is over the 7 seas. It's clear that we wanted all eyes on we. What you see? I see sun in the water. They don't lead us, but they follow. No surprises, shit goes down. I see something in the water. Ain't no subtle way to call it. You get caught up and it goes down. I see something in the future. They don't like us, but they use us. We ain't stupid, niggas slow. Yeah, I see a bunch of niggas mooching off of other people doing, and it really hurt my soul down.
Woke up today, pushed to the edge, y'all, and I ain't got time to play. So a nigga like, fuck that. I ain't lying, might be a ride in this motherfucker. I ain't no killer, I'm just tired of the motherfucker. So I'm like, no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with, nigga. No, you don't fucking know who you fucking with, nigga. No, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. I say no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. I'm playing, I'm quitting this job from the day y'all hired me. I be talking shit, I don't give a fuck, I can't wait till the day y'all fire me. I'm a grown man, stop talking loud, what the fuck y'all talking about? Fuck 2 weeks, it's been too long, goddamn it, I'm walking out. So don't complain on my last day if I done told some shit up. How I felt this morning, y'all lucky I ain't blow this bitch up. Shit, go to work in my drawers, parking lot like fuck them all. My boss used to say, oh, you so quiet, bitch, you ain't never let me talk. I remember days I was sick as fuck, and you ain't never let me off. I should rob this bitch, fuck around, be Vivica and set it off. I be gone so fast, nigga like holy smokes, fuck around, get the Holy Ghost. And you ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way. How many times I done told these folks? You should be glad as fuck that I'm leaving, glad as fuck all y'all still breathing. I had a dream last night that I busted in and pulled a Django at one of y'all meetings. Co-workers be fake as fuck, talking shit just like me. The boss come in, y'all straighten up. Shit, nigga, we don't make enough, so fuck that. Y'all ain't listen to the shit I say. Woke up today, pushed to the edge, y'all, and I ain't got time to play. So a nigga like, fuck that. I ain't lying, might be riding this motherfucker. I ain't no killer, I'm just tired in the motherfucker. So I'm like, no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. Nigga, no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. Nigga, no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. I say no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. I swear to God, I punch in, these niggas delirious. Ain't nothing I hate more than a fuck boy to take a job too serious. These niggas be miserable, like every day, you ain't picked the right job. Nigga, your full time is my night job, it's my summer job, it's your life job. I ain't getting no rest, so I better get my respect. Cause you talking to me like you crazy, ain't worth getting this check. My boss said it bring down morale when I act like I ain't there. I said it take more out of me to act like I fucking care. So fuck this dumb shit, retarded shit. Fuck the office politics. Y'all thinking of ways to improve shit, while I'm thinking of ways to get out of this shit. I'm convinced we on different paths. There's different ways to keep getting cash. A dollar only got so much power when I'm too strong to be kissing ass. Hold up, I said hold up. Maybe you confused, I don't get no fuck. I don't get no fuck. How this shit end up? See, old folks used to tell me I probably need to say fuck rap, but I said fuck them, fuck you, fuck this. Matter of fact, fuck that. Y'all ain't listen to shit I say. Woke up today, pushed to the edge, y'all, and I ain't got time to play. So a nigga like, fuck that. I ain't lying, might be riding this motherfucker. I ain't no killer, I'm just tired in the motherfucker. So I'm like, no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. Nigga, no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. Nigga, no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. I say no, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. I say them like this, fuck you, fuck this job, fuck that little weak ass check. Man, fuck that. Fuck waking up at motherfucking 6:30 in the morning every morning. Tell them niggas on the way out. Man, fuck that. Fuck you, fuck you. It's really fuck you. You aight, you cool. Fuck you, I'm out of here. The people's rapper, ABM Blue City Club, we out here.
Shit on my bitches, taking my dose, I never skip it. Still in my hood, a pistol gripping. Still got 100 blunts, got that paper in my cup. Stay with a bitch in a gun, stay with my dick in a guts. Yeah, Widow the king of the great self. Parker don't fuck with valet, sheesh. Private jet, fuck the lake. Went to Paris and back in the day. Okay, I won't never. Okay, bitch, stop asking. Came up supporting my family, just for that they should give me a Grammy. Running the duck in the slammer, thinking about cocking the hammer. The lights, the good of the glamour. None of this shit even matter. None of this shit make me happy. Went up in rehab instead of a casket, locking me up and they had the rooms padded. Magistrate checking my fashion.
Ripping that motherfucker grammar, ripping that money that got my soul. Singing out loud another bitch, you thinking that I'm a lover, no. Reason I keep on shrugging, blindness, cash, let's keep on coming. Only we get me from bugging, from seeking out more destruction. I'm a promise of time, but I died of know that these bitches want me to fly your mouth just because I have the glow. All these fine boys wanna be me
escape my mind. It's like I'm doing time all the time. Exhausted, lost it. Just one little line. Have this talk with God all the time. Yeah. All the time.
To trust your instinct and let go of regret. Got to bet on yourself now, start, 'cause that's your best bet. Watch me now with a wicked and wild, and I say come with a funky style that gets us known for the show. And we'll fix a hip-hop record if we say it is so. Fuck the naysayers 'cause they don't mean a thing, 'cause this is what style we bring.
Now this morning, but last night's on my mind. There's something I need to get off my chest. And no matter what may come to shine, the dream will always be mine.
All mixed up, you don't know what to do. Next thing you turn around and find a person it's you. Thought a thing might be the thing, but the first could be the last. So just get off of your ass. All mixed up, you don't know what to do. Next thing you turn around and find a person it's you. Thought a thing might be the thing, but you know this will pass. So just get off of your ass. You got to trust your instinct and let go of regret. You got to bet on yourself now, start, 'cause that's your best bet. Watch me now with a wicked and wild, and I said sick, sick, bitch. You got to have it, like buzzing on a session when you got to call it quits. Sick, sick, bitch, just can't quit. The fact that you don't even know makes it fully legit.
Now it's morning, but last night's on my mind. There's something I need to get off my chest. And no matter what will come to shine, the dream will always be mine.
Keep becoming, that is the gal that'll kill them stunning. Oh, keep becoming, that is the gal that'll kill them stunning. Hey, hey, keep becoming, that is the gal that'll kill them stunning. Oh, keep becoming, that is the gal that'll kill them stunning. Hey, you make me nervous, throat dry, my brain is empty. Don't know why, but I saw you doing something which is really truly nothing. And you can bust me out all day. Many moons since first I saw you. Many moons since first we did the too many moons. Since first I saw you. Many moons since first we did the two. And why'd I try when I knew it was no end? Why'd I try when I saw it was so? But save it for later, 'cause you should get to this game. 'Cause the way it seems to you is mine.
Yo, they call me DJ Boss Player. The hot.
I'm still whiz. Niggas got me in that mood. How they hating when they know that I'm that dude? I hear they hating 'cause they know I got the juice. They like, oh, they watching how I move. Motherfuckers, they be acting like we cool. Fuck you thought this was, nigga, I ain't no fool. Gas in my joint, what you smoking, don't flatter me. My niggas got my back, ain't no need for a battery. Blowing all these ones, look like we hit the lottery. My OG just hit me up, he told me that he proud of me. Always going hard, a lot of people that count on me. Always in the studio, and that's increasing my salary. I remember I was young when they hated and doubted me. Now a nigga bossed up, with my name on the property. And no, we don't care what it costs. I started, you hear the exhaust. Smoking cushy with my dogs. The way she made it cut, you got it looking like applause. I'm getting all these plaques and got enough space on my wall. Diamonds dripping like a faucet. Big bag, I want a big bag. If it ain't getting money, you can skip that. Big bag, I want a big bag. Put you in a two-seater, let you kick back. I'm still whiz. Niggas got me in that mood. How they hating when they know that I'm that dude? I hear they hating 'cause they know I got the juice. They like, oh, they watching watching how I move. Motherfuckers, they be acting like we cool. Fuck you thought this was, nigga, I ain't no fool. Still keep it real, still park the whip and chill. Still never popping pills, still got them in they feels. Still give them chills, pill, $100 bills. Had a crib in the hills, one trip, couple mil. High nigga fall asleep and still making sales. One hand on the wheel, couple bands on the mill. Playing on the field, weighed on the scale. In the air for 20 hours, I was unavailable. Seen how much I'm worth, started thinking I was dateable. All my niggas getting rich, dudes, I done paid a few. Smoking weed by the zip, millions, I done made a few. Safe to stay, I'm stacking up and staying out the way. Big bag, I want a big bag. If it ain't getting money, you can skip that. Big bag, I want a big bag. Put you in a Rolls Royce, let you kick back. I'm still whiz, niggas got me in that mood. How they hating when they know that I'm that dude? I hear they hating cause they know I got the juice. They like, ooh, they watching how I move. Motherfuckers, they be acting like we cool. Fuck you thought this was, nigga, I ain't no fool. I'm still whiz.
Summer 15, I was eating sleep for dinner. Now it's a fork on the fender. Talk to a lot of pretenders who messing with me because I'm a contender. They chewing the fat and I wanted to render. I don't know how to surrender. I posted in the lab on a lyrical bender. I got to the bag on my chances were slender. The Louis V crossbody bag on me slender. In theory they fit, but in practice the rest of the racks had a stash of the heat. Give me powers, I set it on cactus. Go yard the trunks like I'm Patrick. Forging the flow in the flame like a blacksmith. Forge you the feet on the wagon. GCC3 on the back and instead on arrival unless I'm approached with a backhand. Digital dash of hacking. Ironic cause it ain't no keys. I rode on the window for Miami breeze. I'm on Ocean Drive on a mission with steez. Hey, soaking the sun in the deco. The babe on my back kinda look like a gecko. I turned down the verb cause I don't like the echo. Mason Margellas, I lace them with nettles. Put lead in the soul and I press on the pedal. They wanna mess with the cash on my schedule. I'm wishing they would like an evil Geppetto. Flowers said diamonds, they straight from the metal. They frolic and flash when the sun hit the bezel. Throw it into my rotation and several. Put bread on the ice like a New Jersey devil. Learn to excel under pressure. I get in that mode with my back on the wall. Niggas DMing me asking about features, won't open them unless a stack is involved. I could've deal if the nigga is raw. Otherwise I got a tax on it all. The shit that I'm wearing you probably ain't saw. The plug got me fitted from ankle to jaw. Waterproof can for the flicks. Can't use a Fuji to capture the Fiji. Hey, waiter come check on the table. He asks if I'm good, I say everything peachy. Hey, Vinny then Vidi then Vici. The venison on me is raw in the middle. Back on the grill for a little.
Ready for whatever, running through the hell of a motherfucking endeavor. Live it, did it, ever anybody killer, come and get it. Motherfucker, running stuff you a sucker, up and come on, I'm a uppercut, come and bring the rock and suck it. No one couldn't care less, special ed, running out of hay, yeah, stress, bitch. Burst from the southwest, check, beats too heavy on the tech, now we the best. Yo, fuck a Lex, let him heat up. I'm a flex in a Tito, we pump bass in a truck like a street cars and a dash on the track, bless for the.
Let me tell you about this.
Hey yo, for real, look, let me just say this. I wanna say I love Def Jam. Def Jam changed my fucking life. There's definitely some fuck boys in that building, some suits wearing ties and shit. But there's some real good ass fucking people, man. Steve Bartles, Faisal, Jeff, fucking Justin Duran, Dave Bell, Chris Atlas, David Amaya. I can fucking go on, bro. Lori, Peter, Caden, Gabe. We gonna get into the rest later, man, but I fucking love y'all. Let's get to this shit. Here we go. This is my Friday Night Lights, track 19. From major to independent, a sightseeing, my ultralight beam. I ain't finna go into the discrepancies of my deal like the millions that you owe me. I gotta audit y'all for real, but you changed my life. That's my word. Took a young kid out of Gaithersburg. And you'll never know what it means for a kid in his teens and his entire team to go from open mics to actually living their dreams. It's a thank you to the people in the building for helping me build the empire that I'm still building. Diddy said a rapper only gets 5 years, we double that. Independent now won't double back. I'm repping BMG, yeah, I'm the big money getter. Fuck the pop shit, remember Logic as a spitter. Just a kid having fun when I step to the mic. That's why I never understood the hate I get when I write. Back when posting new songs on internet rap forums, all the way to talking shit the first night I sold out the forum. But they hated Jesus, homie. I ain't comparing, I'm just reasoning, homie. I'm just trying to set an example. I went pop and made millions, now all I do is chop samples. Egon's finest, peanuts after like I was Linus. Followed by that College Park next, that's the lineup. First album, the EP was no ID. Last album, the executive producer is me, I'm set free. Sayonara. So the crazy shit is, right, like, when we was shopping deals, Mike Karen over at Atlantic, he offered me a deal for 30 grand. I was like, fuck no. Shout out Mike though. Some independent label offered us 1.5. And we was like, nah, but Def Jam hit me up, you know what I'm saying? Noah Preston, my A&R for 10 fucking years, bro. He linked me with No ID, man, and I was like, yo, No ID? That's yay, that's Jay, that's common, homie. How could we not? And we signed a deal, we inked that shit up, bro. Maurice Frazier, Lisa Brunson, Jason Peerless, fucking Liza, Nikisha, Mario, Ryan, Corden. I could go on. Lynn Gonzalez, yo. Lynn Gonzalez. Ian, you motherfucker with the samples. Ian be listening to this shit that ain't even a sample. He's like, this shit's a sample. I be like, Ian, shut the fuck up, bro. I love y'all. Antoinette, Donna, Jamie, Stephanie, Jenny, Paul. All you motherfuckers know who y'all at Legal, man. Album delivery. I fucking love y'all. Everybody at fucking A&R, admin samples, PR, marketing, the execs, fucking Barry Weiss, old ass. That motherfucker took care of me, man. He signed me. I remember seeing a Britney Spears fucking plaque. She went fucking diamond. I asked Chris Zarou, my manager at VMG, I said, what the fuck is diamond? He said, bro, 10 times platinum. I'll never forget, I said, never, bro. Never. I'm not gonna go diamond. 1-800 almost diamond, what up? Billions of streams. Everybody in sales and commerce, D2C, Marcus, Scott, Bobby, fucking Theta, Matt, Eric, Fred Thomas, all y'all. Sorry for the first name basis, but I fuck with y'all. Everybody at radio, man. First of all, let me start this shit off with Noah Shear, Gaithersburg's own. We went to fucking Summit Hall Elementary School, bro. I mean, you like 90 years older than me, but it's all good. Nikki Farag, stepping up in the ranks. I love you, shawty. Lori LaMattina, Keith Rothschild, fucking Rick Sackheim, the God. Mundo Garcia, boy, get a bigger pair of pants. Your shit look like it's painted on. Sonny D, my fucking brother. Brittany, Scott, Chico, EP, Light, Rodney, Rosie, Rossi, Brian, International, Mike Alexander, Marissa, Myra, Art, Ty. That's all I gotta say, Ty.
Well, listen, man, world have made me crazy. Might just turn around to 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no baby. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it. Yeah, okay, cool as fall weather. Fuck the bullshit, I'm here to make it all better with a little music for you. I don't do enough for you. Without you, it's the color blue. Oh, don't trip. I was in the city, they was talking that shit. Had the homies with me, all of a sudden they split. We ain't even worried, we just laughing, that's rich. You know how it goes, it ain't broke, don't fix. Hey, one of these days we'll all get by. Don't be afraid, don't Think I lost my mind. Reality so hard to find. When the devil tryna call your line, but shit, I always shine. Even when the light dim. No, I ain't God, but I'm feeling just like him. Oh, don't trip. See, I was in the whip riding me and my bitch. We was listening to us, no one else, that's it. Let's flex just a bit. Let me talk my shit. Say my head got big. Yeah, well, listen, man, world it made me crazy. Might just turn around to 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Hey, yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it. Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. Well, if you could see me now, love me, then hold me down my mind. It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. Well, this mad world that made me crazy. Might just turn around to 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Hey, yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it.
Okay, I bought my piece, gunshots, guns hot. Niggas stole it from the cops. Yeah, niggas stole it from the cops. Gunshots, guns hot. Yeah, this the return of the Mac with the Mac in my lap. Dip and swerve through your trap, looking back like Tupac at Tupac.
Saludcita.
Yeah. Yup. It's all raw. Motion right here, no paper, no none of that. Yeah. I must be dreaming. Yeah, I must be dreaming. Yeah, cause I got the cars, got the clothes, got the money and the hoes. And the way I see it ain't gon' change. I must be dreaming. Yeah, I must be dreaming. Yeah, cause I got the cars, got the clothes, got the money and the hoes. And the way I see it ain't gon' change. I must be. I wake up early in the morning to a fat blunt. A phone full of missed calls, my shit backed up. A flight to catch, my shit packed up. Them superstars you hear about, that's us. Them 12s in the trunk hit like a Mack truck. I see your bitch, it's a wrap like a packed lunch. My diamonds shining, they motivating. I see you smiling, I know you hating. I'm on the road like here, there, and everywhere. In Hollywood, eating good, smoking heavy there. Ain't comfortable unless I got a lot of money near. I'm in exclusive shit, you got a lot of funny gear. Flat screen TV, no glare in them. And all my rooms got king-size beds in them. I'm not just talking, it's all a seeming. My life's a movie, I must be dreaming. Yeah, I must be dreaming. Yeah, cause I got the cars, got the clothes, got the money and the hoes. And the way I see it ain't gon' change. I must be dreaming. Yeah, I must be dreaming. Yeah, cause I got the cars, got the clothes, got the money and the hoes. And the way I see it ain't gon' change. I must be. Yeah, I go to sleep in a new city every night. And pray to God looking over me on every flight. A new time zone, you hear me right? LA to MIA, I'll be there tonight. Then I'm in Dago, shopping for new shit. Eating at Ruth's Chris, right across the cruise ships. Hear niggas talking about it, I really do this. You couldn't walk a mile in this nigga's shoes here. Car service when I land, homie, I'm the man. Don't live the life of a star, it's hard to understand. Everywhere I go, they know my name. They see me smiling, they know my chain. Plus they know I got flow like a sink, bruh. Diamond linked up, all my niggas inked up. A lot of starving, I'm out here eating and making history. I must be dreaming. Yeah, I must be dreaming. Yeah, cause I got the cars, got the clothes, got the money and the hoes. And the way I see it ain't gon' change. I must be dreaming. Yeah, I must be dreaming. Yeah, cause I got the cars, got the clothes, got the money and the hoes. And the way I see it ain't gon' change. I must be.
Oh shit. Motherfucker.
Pulled up on some niggas stuntin'. I had to hop out, show him I was really about that money. Heard he was talking, he ain't really want it. I'm from a place you want a problem, niggas get it jumpin'. I make some chronic up with hash up in the joint I'm stuffing. And jumpin' my car to the floor, I'm gunning. And I've been shitting since before I could afford the plumbing. You niggas keep on talking classics, I got more that's coming. Order something,
Yeah, I rode through my old neighborhood, North Memphis, Evergreen, Hollywood, Walkers and Brown. You know what? Let's get it.
Pushing through my city like I'm Diddy, heavy on that dope. With a white girl with me in a two-seater, white girl full of coke. Straight from Memphis.
You, Mary Jane, she never complains when I hit Mary with that flame. I light up the cherry. She's so good to me. When I pack a fresh bowl, I clean the screen. Don't get me stirred up the smoke through the bubbling water's making it pure. So I got to take my hit and hold it, just like charm. I get the bowl and I reload it. Get my 4-footer and bring it on as I take hits from the bomb. wants to approach it. Forward motion, make us sway like the ocean. The herb is more than just a powerful potion. What's the commotion, yo? I'm not joking around. People learning about what they smoking. My oven's on high when I roast the quail. Tell Bill Clinton to go and inhale. Exhale, now you feel the funk of the time. When I feel the effects, I want to get high. So high, I want to get high. So high, I want to get high. So high, I want to get high. So
sharp as a thumbnail scratch, a silence I can't ignore, like the hammock by the doorway we spend time in. Swings empty, I don't see lightning like last fall, when it was always about to hit me. I wonder how's it gonna be when it goes down. How's it gonna be when you're not around? How's it gonna be when you found out there was nothing between you and me? 'Cause I don't care. How's it gonna be? How's it gonna be when you don't know me anymore? And how's it gonna be? Wanna get more?
lost in this line, with all these pictures running through my mind, knowing endless consequences. I feel so useless in this. Get back, step back, and dance for me. I can't believe part of me won't agree, 'cause I don't know if it's for sure. Suddenly, I don't feel so insecure. Part of me won't agree, 'cause I don't know if it's for sure. Suddenly, I don't feel so insecure anymore. Everybody's got their problems. Everybody says the same thing to you. It's just a matter how you solve them. But what else are we supposed to do? Part of me won't agree, 'cause I don't know if it's for sure. Suddenly, I don't feel so insecure. Part of me won't agree, 'cause I don't know if it's for sure. Suddenly, I don't feel so insecure anymore. Why do things that matter the most never ends up with anything we chose? Now that I find no way so bad, I don't think I knew what I had. Why do things that matter the most never ends up with anything we chose? Now that I find no way so bad, I don't think I knew what I had.
Swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. Wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin round to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. I burn like a wicker cabinet, chalk white and oh so frail. I see our time has gotten stale. The tick-tock of the clock is painful, all sane and logical. I wanna tear it off the wall. I hear words in clips and phrases, I think sick like ginger ale. My stomach turns and I exhale. I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rhymes, but the lack thereof will leave me empty inside. I would swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. I wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. SoCal is where my mind stays, but it's not my state of mind. I'm not as ugly sad as you. Or am I origami, folded up and just pretend, demented as the motives in your head? I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rhymes, but the lack thereof will leave me empty inside. I would swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. I wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. I alone am the one you don't know you need. Take heed, feed your ego, make me blind.
moment of silence for niggas that tried, but they couldn't check me. Too busy getting a bag, I'm looking for sacks, I'm riding down Beverly. Yeah, the gossip ain't messy, the watches are pressy, the crib is heavenly. And none of these niggas can mess with me, none of these niggas can mess with me. Yeah, Jubilee where the bezel be, looking like I be embezzling. Whoa, yeah, fucking with me could be messy, my G, just consider it heavily. Yeah, niggas be settling, niggas be softer than powder for meddling. Niggas be talking that shit, but they dead to me. Still in my style, make your royalties dead to me. I've been through many different type of trials. Niggas be falling off and hold them down. Soon as I pick them up, don't hear a sound. Carrying niggas, there's too many reps. Drop them back down. Whoa. I've been through many different type of trials. Detonating, you ain't paying, hit a nigga at the peak. At Milan, hit a nigga while he sleep. I'm just saying, take a nigga seriously. I ain't playing, I be where the hitters be. They be aiming, walking through the trenches as if I ain't famous. We can't entertain it, hit you with the stainless. That chopper gon' show us places where it's lane is. I'm saying, I've been through many different type of trials. Niggas be falling off and hold them down. As soon as I pick them up, don't hear a sound. Carrying niggas, there's too many reps. Drop them back down. Whoa.
Fuck rap, I've been rich, cracked by my stick shift. Oxy like concerts, always my bread first. Get my nickname, OX and cocaine. Nina, my new thing, blew up before fame. Heart filled with octane, fire in my soul. Burned through my shoestring, came up from Boostang. Do rags and flatlines, drive-bys at bedtime. Get down, I heard mine. Someone lost their grandson. Thank God that I'm straight, no wonder my mom prayed. Lost one of my cousins, cursed from them devils. Good weed in me time, goodbye to Nissan. Cause one day this rapping gon' pay. So now we bout to break the bank. Money be on my mind. Talking about sounding like la-da-di-do-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. We bout to break the bank. Money be on my mind. Talking about sounding like la-da-di-do-da-di-da-di-da-di-do. Turn the show out. Finally, the illest crip, and I guarantee I spit harder than concrete. Surprise, I got teeth. My lungs in hell keep AOT with TAC. Swinging for the fence. I hope I make it out the park. With a bass head slide after dark. With a bangers get caught. Hit the gun in the trees. Arrest me by the court. I just wanna smoke weed and sip lean by the court. For real. Good weed, I hit that. Crack rock, I sold that. Oxy, I hit that. Right by my nutsack. Fuck pigs, I bust back. Learned that from Deuce Rat. Peanut and B-Loon. Had gas before racks. Wait for I found rap. Bitch, I had them things rap. Astro on my cap. This shot ain't no phone app. Chucks on my young hill. Make sure that my shag ill. Learn my set trip grill. Trade in my big wheel. Good grades and skip school. This life.
Technology wasn't available. It didn't really work. But it was always this thought, you know, that one day we're going to live in virtual reality. And that was the Matrix. That was like all these different things. But it was like science fiction-y enough that it was so far ahead. And then the technology was kind of clunky, so it never really took off. But then when Oculus came around, and what were the other ones? There was another big one other than Oculus. Vive, that's right, the HTC Vive. That they were so good. You're like, ooh, maybe we're close. And there's some fun fucking games you can play on that. Apparently there's an Alien, like Alien 1, the movie game, that is fucking terrifying. And you play it, and you're on the Nostromo, that spaceship, and the fucking aliens in the spaceship. And you know, you're going down dark corridors, and rain's dripping, and You know, and then the thing just jumps out at you. It's fucking terrifying, apparently. But that, for whatever reason, they thought that was just going to just sweep the whole country, and everyone was going to...
And it was a virtual reality mask that you put on?
The
over
Oculus
your eyes?
is.
Yeah.
The Oculus, it's very light. The new one is very light. Like the old ones, we had the HTC Vive at the studio, and it had to be attached to a backpack, and there was like a cable that came above you, and we had the cable suspended from the ceiling, so we had like a sectioned off area where you could play in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got better, and John Carmack got involved, and they made even better versions of it, and then it became something you just sit on your head. And then when that happened, I was like, oh boy, we're getting close now, because now it just sits in your head, and you have these two controllers in your hand. But it's still just, people are not that interested in it, which is interesting.
That's good, I think. I think it's a good thing not to be on it.
I think it's going to be the future. I think it's going to be something that's so wonderful and so exciting that you can't get out of it.
It's going to be weird how it morphs with your mind. It's going to eventually morph with your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be like part of you, kind of. That's where we kind of morph into the robot world, I guess.
That's happening. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of like, what is it, 10 years? Is it 20 years? Whatever it is. But technology is going to reach a point where it's so... Look, no one ever would have thought that you would have a thing in your pocket where you couldn't stop looking at it.
Right. I'm still amazed by it. Like, I'm in New York, and I'm watching people, just walk down the street with it on, and they're not conscious of anything else that is going on, and they're just walking down the street. It's dangerous. There's cars that could hit you. It's like they're just walking down the street, just immersed in it. Actually, if you're on the subway and you're not on it, if you're just staring forward, like, you're the weird one. You're the weird one.
Yeah.
Everybody else like, what's this guy doing?
If you get on a subway with a book, like, who the fuck is this guy?
Throwback.
You're reading a book?
Yeah.
A real book?
Yeah.
It's not even a Kindle?
Yeah. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's...
I had the books on my phone now, so I'm reading it on my phone. That's amazing to me, I think, to have all that information, just a library.
Oh, yeah.
With a library app, you could just download books from the library on your phone and read them and return them. That's fantastic.
Well, I have most of the books that I consume audiobooks. I could, on the way to work, coming home from work, in the sauna. That's where I do most of my listening to books. And I probably have 200, 300 books on this little tiny phone.
It's unreal.
And they're all hours long.
Yeah.
Like, it's a terabyte of data on that phone. So there's so much room. And also, it just stores it in the cloud anyway. So if there's no room, it's in the cloud. Then you download it. And it's fucking... There's never been a time that you could have more access to information. But there's also never been a time where you're more distracted.
Yeah. That's the rub.
Yeah.
That's the rub. But if you're focused on the information, man, it's like it's college. It's basically a college in your pocket.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And people listening might be like, what do you, because people grew up with this, but we didn't.
Right.
Like, I knew a time where this didn't exist at all. Like, me and my brother had a room together. It was both of us. No TV allowed in the room. Dinner together at a certain time. Unless you're working or you're at a sports practice, you're having dinner. My father's playing music while we have dinner. We're talking about our day.
Yeah.
And then when we go to sleep, it's like a room, no television, because he didn't want us in our room watching television on our own. You want to watch television, you're out with the family.
Right.
It's that kind of thing. So I guess, it's a different world.
Yes.
And it's been a gradual thing, but it's still very, very different. Like, I don't have kids, so I don't know how that would be. But I guess, like, what you do, what you implement with your children,
it
sounds
difficult.
Like the right thing.
They get mad at you.
Yeah.
Put your phone down.
Yeah.
They get mad because that little dopamine rush is, and it's not even a big rush.
Right.
That's what's weird. It's like this little drip of dopamine.
Yeah.
Blip, 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 blip. But you like, there's this pull. Like, is anybody texting me? Anybody, what's going on? You're just like, I see some people on the podcast. They can't help but they reach for their phone.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, they just check their text messages.
And this is your podcast.
And it's giant. There's millions of people watching someone just look at their phone. It's like,
it's nuts.
But they can't help it. They just get so sucked in.
I've done it to the point where it's like, when I first get up, I make sure I don't look at it, and do other things first, and then I set time aside and I mentally prepare myself. I go, okay, now I'm going to look at it. I'm going to do as much as I want for 15 minutes, check everything, make sure everything's up, check the comments, and now that the special is out, like, respond to people as much as I can, and then after that window is over, not again.
Yeah.
Now the trick is YouTube. because I like to watch stuff on YouTube, but it's like I don't want to get addicted to scrolling on YouTube either.
Right.
So that's the difference there. But
I'm definitely addicted to watching stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I have breakfast, I got this little, it's pretty cool, this little kickstand thing that sticks up with your phone.
Oh, that's great.
I think this is called a coup case or something like that. I forget what it's called. But it's like, bam. So I just sit there.
That's great.
And I watch stuff while I'm eating.
Right.
You know, and I think I'm not addicted that way. Oh, I'm just being entertained.
But that's YouTube. You're watching substance there instead of mindlessly scrolling, which is what I was doing. And that creates so many bad like emotions and stuff. It's like I don't want to feel that way.
Isn't that weird that mindlessly scrolling creates bad emotions? Like, what is that? Why does it do that? Is it just you feel like you're wasting time?
You're wasting time. You're seeing a bunch of different things, like, the energy coming from the thing. I'm a big energy guy, too. It's like the energy coming from it hits. Even when you're looking at I tried that for a while, looking at my own. I'll just look at my own stuff. I won't look at everybody's stuff. But then you start getting like, how many likes does this have? How many? It's like you end up swimming in your own narcissism. So it's like, no, stop that now.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
But my point is, I'm navigating this at 50 when my mind has already been developed. What chance do kids have developing through this time period?
It's a different world, but I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I really do. I think there's going to be a transitionary period where we lose a lot of kids. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they get lost in it. But there's going to be enough kids that recognize, like, okay, this is just the new reality of life. And if you want to be successful, just like you when you were young, you had focus and dedication, you realize there's a lot of people out that don't do that. And, I can learn from them what not to do.
Right.
There's kids that are doing that now, too. And, like, I have friends that very much limit their kids' access to social media. They don't allow them on things. They don't allow them to have a phone. I don't think that's the way to do it, because this is a reality, and I think that if you give the kids the tools and the understanding to handle that, this is a new level of adversity that they have to deal with that we didn't have to deal with.
Right.
But it's the way I look at it, it's like cold weather. Like, if you grew up in a place with cold weather, you developed an understanding of what the fuck that means. Like, you got to shovel snow, you got to deal with it, and I think they have a new level of adversity because of the pressures of social media and because of, like, the shit talking, especially with girls, man. Girls are fucking mean to each other.
Yeah.
They reputation destruct in the comments, and they shit on each other in group chats, and it gets real nasty. And you developed a level of resilience from being able to handle that. And after a while, you get okay with it. And you have to understand what that is. But
you have to understand what that is. Yeah. And you're right. You're like going in with that mindset is the important thing.
It is.
But if you're just caught off guard with it, then it can crush you. And it has. It's driven people to suicide.
It definitely has done that. And there's also a thing, the FOMO aspect and the comparison. And this is apparently very bad with girls as well, because there's a lot of people that are using filters and they're changing their body.
Right.
And these girls see these people and they look perfect. And then they see themselves in the mirror and they have zits and they look like shit and maybe they're a little overweight and they get massively depressed.
Right.
And then they think, well, the only way for me, I have to be like that person.
Right.
So I have to do what they're doing and be completely focused on my looks. And some people just, unfortunately, through a genetic roll of the dice, they don't have good features.
Right.
They don't look good. They don't have a good body.
Right.
And then they just feel fucking depressed because they're comparing themselves to this thing. See, like, if you are a comic and you want to be a great comic, and you're kind of funny and you're figuring out, you can see like Chris Rock and you go, maybe I could get to that spot.
Right.
Maybe I can get there. But if you're a girl and you're born with an unfortunate appearance and you compare yourself to some bombshell who's like doing squats with her giant ass in front, you're like, I can't be that person.
Right.
It's not attainable.
Right.
That's very, very depressing.
Very
to
difficult.
People. Very hard.
Very difficult to deal with.
Because the pressures of that, it's like that is one of the most important things on social media is to be attractive.
Yeah.
It's a currency in and of itself. You know, there's people that I see on Instagram that are like, they have 45 million fucking followers.
Right.
All they're doing is squats and you know, looking pretty.
And there's also a thing with placing undue value on that. Like 45 million, I'm a winner.
Right.
You have less, you're not.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And there's also something to be said for just being bored. Just let yourself be bored.
Yeah.
Let yourself be uncomfortable. let yourself, you know, just sit in the void once in a while and not be bored, be unhappy. It's okay to be unhappy. It's okay to be uncomfortable. And I think that gets lost a lot because of this instant gratification.
Well, I think for comics, being bored is very important because that's where some of the ideas come from.
Yeah.
You know, and the people that don't, like Goggins, when he runs, he don't listen to shit.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
He listens to his breath, maybe.
He listens to his inner demons. Yeah, his conversations with the fucking room in hell that he has in the back of his head. And he tells those demons who the fuck the boss is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know, I mean, I don't
But
do
the
that.
guy who wrote Game of Thrones is, you know, that guy's from Staten Island. So it's like, you know, the level of imagination, the detail that he must have had in imagining this world. If he would have had a phone, maybe that doesn't happen.
Sure,
You
maybe.
know?
Yeah, maybe. It's possible, but I mean, it's also possible.
Or if he was a hot guy. You know what I mean? Like if he was a hot guy and had option of all these women and going to the beach and lifting and all that stuff, like maybe he doesn't write that, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not reading Mario Lopez's book. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He's too hot.
He's too hot.
He's too hot.
Good looking guy.
Yeah.
Fucking great body.
Yeah,
Looking
just
fancy.
winner all the way through in his life. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that guy?
And supposed to be a pretty good boxer.
Yeah, he's a very good
know?
boxer. Yeah, he's done jiu-jitsu now too. Competed in tournaments. He's
Yeah.
a good blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Really?
Yeah.
And abs, like when he was on Saved by the Bell, like I remember he was like a wrestler on Saved by the Bell, and Saved by the Bell fan, by the way, and he was. He just was shredded then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shredded all the way, always, you know.
Too
I'm sure he works hard.
Oh yeah.
But like physically gifted.
Right, but he's not going to write a Game of Thrones.
Right.
Maybe he will.
Right.
What the fuck do I know? But the odds are that's not going to happen. One of my favorite authors is the guy who wrote Conan, Robert E. Howard.
Yeah.
And Robert E. Howard was a recluse, a shut-in, lived with his mother, committed suicide in his early 30s.
Right.
But the fucking books that he wrote, like those fantasy novels of Conan, they were fucking amazing when I was a kid. And this is a guy who was, you know, kind of a shut-in and kind of a, you know, very depressed.
Right.
And he wrote about this conqueror. It was like this perfect man who just destroyed things and fought off dragons and demons and, you know, and it was amazing work. But if he was, you know, some beautiful hot man, probably that wouldn't have gotten written.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing about creativity. It's like it's this very strange sort of force that you have to figure out how to tune into.
Right.
And if you're tuned into other stuff, you're not going to give it the time that it deserves.
Yeah, but the fact that he couldn't be that hot, popular guy, it forced his mind. Mine is just so powerful.
Yeah.
And it forced you to go to another place.
Yeah,
you know?
well, the ability to write fiction is so fascinating because and it's so engaging when someone writes a good book and you're into this character and these fucking scenarios and it's like all fake, all invented in this person's mind, but it's your fucking heart is pounding, your hands
and it's not
are
like
clammy.
a movie because there's no filter on it. It's just their thoughts.
Yeah.
It's them constructing it.
Yeah.
So there's not these other people putting their hands into it.
Yeah,
that's why it's raw.
Yeah, that's a big one, right? There's not a bunch of jack-offs fucking with the stew. Adding their own ingredients.
Because they want to be part of it.
Have you ever worked on a television show where that...
No, I was fortunate enough for Attell to bring me into his, Dave's Old Porn.
Oh,
I consulted with him on that. Dave's Old Porn, yeah. And Comedy Underground with Dave Attell.
Did I do an episode of that? Wait a minute. I think I did. That's
maybe when he was out.
That's how many fucking things I've done. I don't even remember what I've done. That's
pretty
bizarre. I did do it. Isn't that hilarious? Like I was about to say, I wish I did that.
I thought you did.
Meanwhile, I did do it. Yeah. But Dave, that was a fun thing for him because he's kind of a pervert. So for him to watch porn with the old porn stars and
the
sit
classic
there and joke around.
Yeah, the classic porn.
There's something about those watching things, like Mystery Science Theater, like that kind of thing, watching and mocking thing. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's great.
Hilarious.
Did you, if you don't remember doing it, you probably won't remember if that was in New York or L.A.
I believe it was in L.A.
Was it L.A.?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in L.A. But
because I was on set when he was shooting the ones in New York.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I think me and Kurt Metzger
Oh, really?
Work with Dave
Metzger's
on.
the best.
He's great.
I love that dude.
He's great. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's great on Jimmy Dore show. I don't know if you've ever seen him on the Jimmy Dore show. Jimmy Dore has a YouTube channel, like a political thing, and Kurt is like his sidekick.
Oh, really?
And so Kurt is always like chiming in about things. But what's interesting is like, you know, I've been friends with Kurt for a long time, and now, like, whenever I talk to Kurt, he's always fucking scaring the shit out of me because he's so well read about what's going on in the world. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Kurt Metzger was the first person that contacted me about this restrict bill, which is like what they're using to say they need to stop things like TikTok. And then you go into what the restrict bill is. You're like, oh my God, this has nothing to do with TikTok. They want the ability to lock down anything that's on social media and stop people from spreading information that's
Yeah.
dangerous to whatever narrative they're trying to
Right,
push.
right.
And we went over it in depth yesterday. It's fucking terrifying. The ambiguity, the way that they're able to
Right.
like frame what is what they're able to target is
Yeah.
like,
It'll
holy
come down
shit.
to keywords, I'm sure.
But
Just
he's
keywords.
Metzger is so involved in that world now because he's on Jimmy's show that he's always like looking at corruption and this and that and what's
Yeah.
happening in Ukraine and what's
It's a fun.
actually
It's a
happening.
comedy. It's a comedy, right?
It is
Yeah.
it's a political show where a political social show where they like Jimmy Dore is a comic and Metzger is a great comic,
Right.
and the two of them together, they just talk shit and laugh about how fucking crazy
Right.
modern day politics and influence and insider trading and all the shit that's going on, and Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and
Yeah.
where the money was coming from and how they were all doing it and how they got away with it. And he scares the shit out of me every time I talk to him. When I get a text from Kurt, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, am I going to get fucking panicked now? And I just start reading his stuff. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
don't do this to me.
I know. Kurt on coffee.
Yeah.
Is the best. But no, it was really a good time because we sit and watch think of jokes, you know, all the jokes about this old porn, and it was great. So I was very fortunate to be brought into that. And then
So
comedy.
that was early on. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago now. And because I would do spots late at the Comedy Cellar, and that's when Dave would be there. And so I would, you know, do my set and then watch his set, and then we would hang out, talk jokes and stuff afterwards. So I was very fortunate in that way because he's an all-time great.
Oh, he's one of my favorite comics of all time.
He's one of my favorite people, too. He really is. I don't see him that much anymore because I don't put in late at the Cellar, but just really great times, man. Really great times.
He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
And he's so sweet to everybody. Like when he does clubs, he brings candy for the waitresses and stuff. He's just so nice, man. Like in that, all that guy cares about is stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
His stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You know, he came here and like he takes care of his mom in New
Right.
York, and
Right.
and all he cares about is just getting up and doing jokes.
Yeah.
And his attitude was like, yeah, I want to go on early. These young guys, like, let them have their
Right,
spots.
right.
I don't want to interrupt. I
Yeah.
don't want to get in the way. I just kind of come in and just work on my new stuff. And so he'll get up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning in
Yeah.
the Cellar. There's 14 people there, and
Yeah.
it's David Tell's on stage, one of the
Right.
best comics that's ever lived.
It's unreal.
And he's there because that's when he wants to go up.
Right.
Like he
That's
could go up
why.
at 9
He
p.m.
could do whatever he wants.
Hot crowd,
Yes.
and just murder every
Yep.
night with old material.
Yep.
He does not.
Nope.
No, he's a fucking real pro.
He likes to go on late, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really a great example for up-and-coming comics.
Yeah.
You get to see how that guy does it.
Yeah.
Because you just like, when you think you're pretty good, you
Right.
think, and you know he's going up to a tired crowd.
I had a
and
thing where
murdering.
I was opening for him at the Wilbur in
nice.
Boston, and for some reason they didn't have a liquor license or something, so
Really?
it was at the
Wilbur
didn't? Yeah, it didn't for some reason when we were there.
Oh, okay.
So it was a two-man show. I was going up, and then I was bringing him up, and there's no liquor, so I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be pretty tough. So I go up and do 20, and I'm murdering, I'm killing really hard, and I bring him up, and then I'm sitting on the side of the stage, kind of feeling good about myself. I go, you know what? Time is coming.
I got it.
I'm doing pretty good for myself. The way that I slayed that cold crowd was pretty awesome. I think I'm on my way. And then I started just listening to him and the laughs he was getting. And I was getting laughs, but he was just getting, the depth of the laughter. And with every joke was hitting harder and harder, and his setups were hitting, and then the punchlines obviously hitting, and then 2 tags on the end hitting. It's like the guy does comedy the way that Pacquiao used to fight. Yeah. He would like hit you and then turn 2 more times, turn you, and then 2 or 3 more times, and then get out. And you're like, the guy's just like on the ground by that point. So he's doing that, and I'm just listening, and it's like, I'm at the cellar late, so I know the material, but he's doing material I haven't heard before, and he's murdering at a level that's just crazy. And at the end of it, it's like none of those people in that crowd even remembered who I was. It's like, that's how good he is.
Yeah, they leave the show go, oh my God, David Attell's the best. That first guy was okay. The first guy's pretty funny.
I don't even think they remembered there was a first guy.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how hard he hits.
Yeah, he went up at the Improv one night, and it was the Improv in Hollywood, and it was a pretty late show, and I had gone on earlier in the night, and then I saw Dave at the bar. I'm like, what's up? What's going on? When are you going up? He's like, going up. And the crowd was kind of tired, and a couple people went up, and you know, like when you have a late show, like a 10 p.m. show, when it gets like 11:30, 12 o'clock, people are checking their watch. They got to be up at 7, and they start thinking about leaving.
Right.
And then I was like, wow, this crowd's getting... It's kind of done. Night's done.
Right.
And Attell went up, and it was like he plugged the audience back into the electricity. It's like, and just fucking murdered, effortless murdering, and just tag after tag. And I remember sitting in the back going, "My God, this guy's a treasure."
A treasure is the right word for him.
National
He's a
treasure.
National treasure.
National treasure. And I don't think enough people understand it. Like, he should be in arenas.
Yeah.
Dave Attell should be selling out Madison Square Garden anytime he wants to, instantly.
Right.
And he's doing clubs, and he loves it. And he's happy.
Right.
He's like a real club comic. He likes doing all the sets. He likes doing 4 shows in a weekend. He likes it.
Yeah.
He's
unbelievable.
amazing.
And he's not a fame guy either.
No.
Like, he's not a fame guy. Like, he'll talk to me. He's not a fame guy at all. We were at the Cellar. You know, the Cellar, it's like Chris Rock will come there. Like, he's not there all the time, but it's not, you know, if you see Chris Rock there, you know, it's not crazy. Yeah, it's not uncommon. Chappelle, the same way. If you see him there, it's not crazy. Seinfeld once in a while. But Adam Sandler was there one time, and it's like they sit at the back table, and you can just feel the energy when there's somebody like a Chappelle or a Chris Rock back. The energy kind of changes. Like, people perk up, the people who are there eating, everybody notices, the comics start, their antennas go up, and I understand, you know, the energy. So Adam Sandler happens to be back there, and he's never there. And Dave walks in with his, you know, goes to the bar to get his coffee or whatever, hood up, and Adam Sandler goes, Dave, and Dave's just in his own world. Attell. And finally he comes up to him and goes, hey, Dave. He goes, hey, what's up, Adam? And then he goes, how you doing, man? Doing pretty good. How are you? Good. And then he goes outside and smokes. He just cuts out and goes outside. Everybody's like angling to see if they can talk to Adam Sandler. And Adam Sandler's like screaming Dave's name until he gets his attention. How are you? Pretty good. Good, man. Okay. And then he goes out and smokes on the porch. It's it's classic, man.
He's a real comics comic.
Yeah.
Like the best version of a comics, like a master of his craft who doesn't get the appreciation that he deserves and who is universally respected by his peers.
Yeah.
That's Dave.
Yeah. Absolutely. He is.
Yeah,
so
he's one of the greats of all time in my mind.
Me too.
It's so important to have guys like that around.
Yeah.
And the guys in New York are so fortunate. And unfortunately also he has a lot of babies. Like what Patrice would call babies. It was like someone who like copies your style. You'll hear guys talking like this. They have a setup and a punchline.
I know.
It sounds like Dave.
You got to stop listening to him. I did that for a while too. It's like you got to stop listening to him. You got to stop after a while. And it's hard because you want to go, because he'll turn you, if you're watching him, it's like he'll turn you when you're watching another comic, you'll go, what's his angle on this? Right. What's his angle on this? I'm curious to see what his angle is on. Even Chris Rock, some of the greats, you know. But with Attell, if you go down with that mindset, like, I wonder what his angle is on this. After 3 jokes, you just become a fan because you're gut laughing.
Right.
You're gut laughing like the rest of the people in the crowd. You know what I mean? So it's it's that. He turns you into a comedy fan.
And then
again.
the problem is you go on thinking about his act, and then you compare your own material. You're like, oh my God, I hate my jokes now.
Oh my God, that's the biggest thing. It's like his throwaway stuff is is better than your main stuff.
Well, that's one of the best things about those showcase style clubs is that you do work with these killers, and you have to sort of reevaluate your material.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to go on after Shane Gillis, like Shane was in town this week, and Shane right now is, in my mind, for my money, he's got 15 minutes that could fuck with anybody's 15 minutes that's ever lived. He's a goddamn assassin.
Yeah.
He goes on stage. He was going on stage as the Mothership, and I watched some of these comics that had to follow him going, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because he's just throwing heaters.
Yeah.
It's like 99-mile-an-hour fastball after 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's so likable.
Yeah.
And he's such a good guy, and he's so funny.
He really is.
And his facial expressions are so great.
Yeah.
And he's got his, like, when he got canceled, that whole SNL thing, and he got kicked off of SNL, devastated. But he emerged like a fucking phoenix from the ashes.
Yeah.
He's way better than he was back then.
Right.
He's like one of the best top 10 comics on planet Earth, without doubt, right now.
He's fantastic.
And it came out of that pressure.
Yeah.
And now he's the one who like freaks people out.
Yeah.
When they know that Shane's going up, he's going to do that Trump impression. When he does Trump at the debates, like, the fucking show is over.
And it's not just that. It's very punched up all the way through. It's like that New York style. And he came out of Philly.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great to see his success.
It's punched up, and it's also, like, it's so smart.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a bit about George Washington. Because Shane has a deep knowledge of history. He really reads a lot about history, knows a lot about history. So he can incorporate that, and there's like layers to his comedy because of his understanding of things. So he's setting things up, but he's doing it in a fun way where even the setups are funny.
Yeah.
So
that's
nice
a big
to
thing.
see.
That's a discipline in and of itself to get a laugh on the way to the punchline.
And to structure it that way, and to like reevaluate and go, okay, maybe there's probably a funnier way to get into this. Let me figure out the right way. And
it's nice to see the funniest guys win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It really is.
Well, don't you think that in stand-up there is a meritocracy in stand-up that's undeniable? There's guys who get more popular than maybe like the Attell guys, and so you go, well, maybe there's not a meritocracy, but for us it is. For like the best guys are always the best guys. If you're sitting around with a group of comics and you just watch the show, you're like, oh my God, this guy fucking killed.
Right.
Like, holy shit, that was good. Like that meritocracy, like that exists in stand up. Like if you're not funny, if it doesn't work, nobody cares about you.
Right.
And that's just how it is. There's no cult of personality that can carry you over. You can't dress in a way that's going to get people to like you more.
Right.
You know, like, boy, you see his outfit? Nobody gives a fuck about your outfit. Attell wears the same goddamn outfit every night.
I know.
He probably has like 3 versions of that black button-up shirt, 3 versions of that baseball hat, his same goddamn jeans.
Right. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't. He's so nondescript.
Yeah.
It's almost like he wants to blend in.
Right.
He wants to blend in and wants to just be the vehicle for the material.
Right. But to your point, there's a skill set at play,
Yeah.
and we all know the skill set, and other hardcore comedy fans know the skill set, and the waitresses, because they see it every night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they know smoke and mirrors, and they know what's real.
Do you know Eleanor Kerrigan?
Yes.
So Eleanor was a waitress at the Comedy Store for like, I don't know, like maybe 10 years before she ever did stand-up. And we were always, I would go to Eleanor when someone would say, oh, this guy's really funny, and I'd go to, have you seen him? And she'd go, he's a fucking hack. I go, really?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, it's all tricks and bullshit
Yeah.
and smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
She'd have like a fucking tray of drinks.
Yeah.
Like, he sucks.
They know.
And then you would watch me and go, oh my God, she's right. Like, so she was a comedy fan from being there and like doing, and then eventually we all knew she was hilarious. It just took time for her to have the courage to go on stage.
Right.
Now she's a headliner and killing all over the country.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But knowing her as an open micer and knowing her as a waitress before she was an open micer, she was one of the people that I would go to if I would ask her, like, hey, how did this person do? How was this person? And she would tell you in a way that, like, she wasn't jealous because she wasn't a comic, but she was like deeply embedded in the comedy world.
Because you can kill without a skill set.
Yes.
You can kill without a skill set.
Personality.
Right.
And goofiness.
Yes.
And you can. And some people, that's like their whole, and some people are great at it.
Right.
And that's their whole career.
Right.
You know, but there's something about the well-crafted act.
Yeah.
That, to me, it's like I will watch that every time.
Me too.
Yeah. If
I
I'm
like that a lot.
leaving and then I find out someone really good is going on stage, I'm like, I'm gonna stick around.
Yeah.
I need to see that. And that's the real education that a guy gets if you're in New York. Like if you are, you're on these shows with Greer Barnes, you're on these shows with Dave Attell, you're on these shows where you get to watch all these fucking killers over and over and over again.
And as a comic, you know it's real. And you're like, God, I'm blown away by this. Greer Barnes is another one.
I've known Greer forever.
He's great,
I did shows
man.
with him in the 90s.
So great and such a pleasant guy to see. Every time I see him, it's like a hug. He's just a fantastic guy. And he's in the back. If he's listening, he'll just gut laugh. You'll hear him laughing in the back.
Yeah.
He's such a supportive guy.
Yeah.
Colin Quinn is another guy. Okay, now that I'm not doing at the Cellar Late anymore, I'm more early, so I'll see Colin Quinn more. He's just, he's another
Brilliant.
guy. He's brilliant, man.
I remember
And love him.
I did Tough Crowd, and when I did Tough Crowd, Colin would do stand-up in front of the audience.
I love that.
And when I'd say, like, he fucking murdered so hard, and then the show would go on, and I wanted to say, this show is great, but it's not as good as the stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like people don't know.
Yeah.
Like, he's just the host of stand-up, and he's kind of the ringleader, and so he's wrangling all these cats and getting all these comics to kind of stay on topic of all the different things they're talking about on Tough Crowd. But I'm like, my God, the best thing is the warm-up.
And Colin's famous.
Yeah.
He's famous. He's just, you know what I mean? But I don't think that people appreciate him at the level
I
that
don't
they
think
need
so
to
either.
appreciate him.
It's like a tell.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Like, we appreciate it. Like, if we know that Colin's going on stage, everyone's going to watch him. But I think for the average but it's also, that's why they're so good, because they don't have this desire for fame. They just have desire to do great work.
Right.
And they're not thinking about promoting. They're not thinking.
Right.
Like, is Colin even on social media? I don't think I've ever seen a post of his.
I think he's on Twitter. I don't know if he's on Instagram.
I don't think I've ever even saw a thing that he put up.
Yeah.
But he's universally respected amongst comedians. It's just like he's a purist.
Yeah.
He's only, and he does those one-man shows like Red State, Blue State. It's like
right.
brilliant
Prolific.
stuff.
Super prolific, man.
Always working
and hit
and writing.
You. Yeah, hit you.
Yeah. That's one of the real beautiful things about these communities, like a community. And that's what I'm trying to establish here in Austin.
Right.
And that's why I put together that club. And that's why I set it up so there's open mic night 2 nights a week,
That's
every
awesome.
Sunday, every Monday.
That's really great.
And there's like all the people that work there, like the doormen and those are all comics.
Yeah.
And they auditioned as comics to get that job.
That's great.
So
That's
they
a
had to
great
do
system,
sets
yeah.
in front of Adam Egget. They do these sets. People evaluate their sets,
Right.
and then you have the ability to do these door guy showcases where you're going in front of fucking packed houses,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
It's
and then,
good that there's a ladder in
Yes.
place, because I went through that in the city as far as like in 2008 I did Live at Gotham. Me and Nate did it the same year, Live at Gotham. Then 2010 I did a Comedy Central half hour. I don't know if they even still have that anymore. But a Gotham set is 8 minutes, half hour's 22 minutes. Then you work your way up to an hour. You know what I mean? It's like there's a ladder to climb with your skill set.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't really exist anymore.
Well, one of the things we want to establish here is we want to have a real clear path to becoming a professional. And that if you put together like a real set and then you start doing guest sets on the big shows in the big room, and then maybe a guy like David Lucas or a guy like Brian Simpson will take you on the road.
Right.
And say, hey, you want to open for me in Seattle? And then you go with him.
Right.
He flies you out, and then you get to see what it's like to be in a new state and a new crowd and that feel, and then you'll have a clear path to being a professional.
Right.
And the more professionals there are, the better it is for everybody.
Yeah.
The more guys make it, the more girls make it, the more it's just better for comedy all around.
And it's nice that you're doing it according to the skill set. Because some guys develop, like I think Shane developed fast. He developed very quickly. Not that he didn't put in the work, but it's just some guys are like that. Some guys run a 4.240. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like if you're developing fast, like Tommy Johnigan was a guy like that. I think he did a Comedy Central half hour like 3 years into comedy. But he had it. He was very good.
I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a writer now. But he was
He's not doing stand-up anymore?
I think he's kind of dabbling, but he was writing on like network shows.
That's a trap.
Supremely talented person.
That's a trap.
Writing on a network show?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys who are really funny guys. Do you know Owen Smith?
Yes.
Owen Smith's one of the best comics alive.
Yeah.
And I would see Owen at the store, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ, how is this guy not world famous?
Right.
I didn't understand. He has the personality, the charisma, the timing, the material, the writing, everything. But he works in Hollywood, and he's always writing. And so he's always writing on these sitcoms, and he exists in that world, and it's a steady paycheck, and he's got a family.
Right.
And you get trapped.
Yeah.
And I've seen guys get sucked into that, and they don't get the career that they deserve.
It wouldn't be a trap for a less talented person.
Right.
Right. But for him,
right,
it's like he should be like.
Right. There's some guys that are really good writers, but they're just not comfortable performing,
Right.
and they don't like it, and it gives them anxiety, and they would rather just write.
Right.
They're more introverted.
Yeah.
But they're really talented. For them, that's great. But there's guys that are talented performers that get that gig, and then they get that steady paycheck every week, and then you get in that system where, there's a new show, we want you to be a co-executive, this or that.
Right.
And then, you go, well, the wife wants a pool,
That's right.
The next thing you know, you're trapped.
That's right.
And then you see these other guys that started even after you, and they're doing arenas. And you're like, oh my God, if I had stayed on the path, I would be doing arenas.
Right.
Like in my mind, Owen Smith should be doing arenas. Like 100%. When I see him at the store, I'm like, Jesus, that guy's good.
Yeah.
But he's on that network path.
Right.
He's on that sitcom. I think he's a showrunner now, which is great.
That's great.
I mean, that's really good money.
Yeah.
But
it's that
I
stability
want the
thing.
world, as a comic, I want the world to know.
Right.
I'm like, I want the world to know how good that guy is.
Right. But it's the stability versus the, rolling the dice.
It's a trap.
Just because you're that good doesn't mean you're going to get that kind of exposure. Maybe eventually it'll happen.
It's
but you
way
might
more likely.
You might have to walk through fire.
You're going to walk through fire.
Yeah.
No matter what. If you don't have a draw, but you do have the skill set, you're walking through fire. I don't give a fuck, because you're going to do a half-filled show in Columbus, Ohio, where they have to paper the room because no one knows who you are yet.
Right.
And even if you're a fucking killer, it takes years and years.
Yeah.
Which is the problem, right? It's like it kind of takes like 10 years of that grind on the road before the word gets out.
Right.
Or a few years at least. And that's hard to do when you're used to those steady checks, and it's really hard to do if you have people relying on you. That's the hard one.
Yeah, because then you have to explain it to them.
You're not going to. You're just gonna take that job, and you're gonna hope that something magic happens, and it allows you to like leapfrog everything, and then just go straight into big theaters and arenas. But it doesn't happen. It really doesn't.
Yeah, because you're just not focused on it. I get it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I tell these young comics today. I'm like, the best thing that you could do is concentrate on yourself, meaning that work on your act, and instead of like hoping to get hired to do something, create your own thing, create a podcast.
Right.
And that's the most freedom you're ever going to have.
Yeah.
And it's the best.
And you can make
vehicle.
it whatever you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, and then it's a lot of trial and error.
For sure. And it grows. It grows over time. But even that, like I know comics that like want to start a podcast now, and then they're like, oh, only 2,000 people are downloading my shit. Like, yeah, next week it'll be 2,100.
Right.
And that's how it goes.
Or sometimes you need to end the podcast and shift to something else, like another idea.
Maybe.
I think.
But I think with podcasts, the most important thing is consistency.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, they start out and they do it for a little while, and then they lose focus, and then they stop doing it, and I'm going to restart my podcast. I'm like, when people say that, that's the feeling that I used to get when people stopped fighting, and then they would take like 3 years off and then come back to the gym again. I'm thinking about taking some fights. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, you're lost.
Yeah.
Because you gotta stay on the path.
Right.
Because like we were talking about, you're building a mountain out of layers of paint.
Right.
And if you take a few years off or whatever you're taking off, those layers don't stay at the level they were at before. They deteriorate, and now you have to rebuild, and that's a daunting process. I think, but that's probably the case with anything that's hard to do.
Right, I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true. But I think it's wonderful that you're creating a environment where people can work hard, raise their level, and then they get to another level.
Yeah.
And they're working their way up.
Also,
that's very important as far as motivation goes.
They're getting to see killers.
Yeah.
They're getting to see these people. Like Big J. Okerson was there last night.
And one of the funniest people.
Oh, he was amazing. Ari Shaffir was there last night. It's like, so they're getting to see these people that they've seen on television, they've seen on YouTube, and it's exciting to see them in real life and know. And if that person comes up to them and goes, hey, man, I love that bit. Like, ooh, when you're a young person coming up and someone tells you that your thing is good, like, oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah. But it's a very unselfish thing for you to do, because you could be doing whatever you wanted now, and to put your focus back on that by pulling other people up. I
It's
think
also
is really
selfish.
something.
It's also selfish because it helps me. It's I wouldn't say it's selfish, but it's not like I don't benefit from it. I benefit from it by having that environment where I can work out.
Right.
And I know that if you put together a gym filled with killers,
yeah,
you could say like, oh, well that's great that you did that for those guys. Yeah, but it's for me too.
Right.
Like, because that's what you need. I always tell comics, like, you can't be the funniest guy in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Right.
Because, like, there's no one else there. And so it's hard to develop, like, a real act. When, like, if you want to learn jiu-jitsu and you're only training with white belts, you're only going to get so good.
Yeah.
You got to be around killers.
Right. You got to be around killers.
And that's the thing with comedy, and I think it's probably the thing with music, and it's probably with everything else. You get inspired by the excellence of other people around you, and it raises your own personal expectations.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
I know that just from wrestling. Like, you're wrestling in a tougher. You just
sure
you become much tougher.
Yeah, I mean, you came out of Ohio. I mean, fucking animals come out of Ohio.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, there's a
long very good.
history of killer wrestlers that come out of Ohio.
But you are as tough as you're, and especially for a guy like me, athletically, I wasn't the most athletic guy. So it really depended on the program in the room. If I was in a good program, I was tough. But when the program fell off, I wasn't as good, wasn't as effective.
Of course.
So
it's hard to push yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to push yourself to the level that a great room will push you by yourself. Almost impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That level of competition. And it's the same in stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guys coming out of New York, you know, like, it's like guys are good. Mark Norman, Shane, you know, these guys, Sam Morrell, these guys, Chris D. Like, these guys have all been on your show. It's like these guys came up through that club system. You know?
It's also
Dan
the
Soder, who was
Dan
Soder was
hilarious.
my roommate
for
that's 10
great.
years.
I love Dan.
Love him.
But it's also the camaraderie. Like, no one understands comics like comics do.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a place where you can be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what, you're around these people. Like, when I'm around comics, it's not like, oh, there's that Joe Rogan guy, the podcast guy. It's like, no, these are my friends.
Right.
It's normal.
Right.
Like, I know you guys. I've known everybody for 20 years.
Right.
You can hang out. It's more comfortable. It's like they're your peers. That's your group.
That's the other thing people don't realize, like, how long we've known each other.
Yeah.
A lot of us. Like, I've known guys in New York, like, I've known them for like 20, since I've been there, 20 years. And it's like somebody new comes into this situation and it's all good, but I don't know if they realize how long we've been in that scene together.
Right.
In a long time.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. It's a fucking long way. It's not something that's going to happen quickly, and everybody in this world wants things to happen quickly.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be a millionaire by the time they're 25. They want to do this and that. I have all these expectations and aspirations, which is great. It's great to be ambitious, but if you want to do that with comedy, and you want to write material, and you want your act to develop, that is a fucking grind. You are running through rose bushes naked for years.
Yeah.
And there's nothing other than that's going to get you there.
That's right. And it's a process.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the thing. You got to fall in love with the process.
Yeah. But that's also what helps being around fun people. Because even if it's like a brutal, bloody process, you can still hang out with the guys and talk shit and laugh.
And all kinds of personal shit happens along the way, too. And it's like you rely on these people for support, or your friends or your peers, and like picking you up and trying to turn it into a bit, or trying to turn it into something, you know, fantastic.
Yeah. It's a fun gig, man. It's a fun way to make a living, and it's a fun way to get through life. We were talking about it last night, where we just did a show, and afterwards we're all sitting around relaxing and having fun, smoking pot, and I was like, could you imagine living your whole life and never killing? Because like, we went through that with the pandemic, where like comedy was stopped, and I was like, I guess maybe I'll never do comedy again.
Right.
I've told this story, but it's a crazy story where Ron White had kind of resigned himself to retirement. And he's like, I think I'm done. I mean, I fucking did it all. You know, blue collar tour.
Right.
I got a jet. I'm gonna fucking sell my boat. He's like, I'm just gonna fucking relax. I got money in the bank. I'm gonna play golf. And then we did a show in November of 2020 at the Vulcan Gas Company down the street on 6th Street. And Tony Hinchcliffe had the show. He put it up, and he put Ron White up. And I was already talking about putting together a comedy club. I was trying to find a spot, and then I was actually telling everybody I think I found the spot, and I wound up not using that place and getting another place. But Ron goes on stage and he hadn't been on stage in like a long time, like 8 months or something like that. Went on stage and fucking murdered.
Wow.
Murdered. And then he comes off stage and he grabs me by the shoulders. He goes, whatever the fuck we have to do to keep doing that, we're going to do it.
That's great.
He goes, get your fucking club open. Let's go. And I was like, God damn.
That's
It was
great.
like he had electricity coming
Yeah.
off. Like,
Yeah.
Because
That just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter. Like that feeling is what's important to us.
There's nothing like it. It's
Yeah.
also, you understand more than anybody how hard it is to put all that stuff together and to figure out a way to say it in a way that's going to get the laughs and
That's
resonate.
it. That's really it. There's
Yeah.
nothing like when you're sitting there and you're turning the bit. However you're doing it, writing it out. I do notes on my phone, but you're like kind of saying it in your head, and then you're like, that moment where you're like, I think I got something here. I think I really got something here. And then the satisfaction of taking that and trying it on stage and then getting you're like, okay, I got it. I got a punchline. And it's like, now I'm going to keep coming. I don't know what your process is. Mine's I just keep coming at it. Just keep coming every morning. Jokes, keep throwing jokes at it. Keep asking questions about it. And then when you have it, it's just, there's no feeling like it. Even fame, whatever, it's like money. It's like there's no feeling like having that bit and just having it murder like all the way through from beginning to end.
Having a new tagline.
Yeah.
That just murders.
Yeah, just something that simple.
Yeah.
God,
It's the best.
I really love it, man.
It's the best.
I really love it.
Do you write in front of a computer? Do you write on a notebook? Do you just write on your phone? How do you do it?
I used to do journaling. You know, I was like, because coming up with premises, it's like there's so many funny things that happen to us every day, or potentially funny things. It's like just journaling makes you conscious of it because there's so many things that slip by. Like on the way here, I had brass knuckles, but they're wood. I worked Hilarities in Cleveland, and the owner, Nick Costas, he gives me a gift every time I do it. I don't know if he does it for everybody, but the time before he gave me a baseball bat. And this time it was wooden brass knuckles. He's a great guy. It's a fantastic club. So he gives me these wooden brass knuckles. And I'm going through security at Fort Lauderdale Airport to come here, and they flag my bag, and they bring it over, and the guy goes, what's this? I immediately go, Nick Costas, hilarity. I immediately give up his name and snitch. I'll wear a wire. I am a snitch.
For wooden brass knuckles
Wooden
are
brass
illegal?
knuckles. Yeah,
They're not
I don't
even
know
brass,
how.
Though.
No, they're not brass. They're wooden, and I don't know what how it hijack a plane. It's like, take this to Yemen or this guy gets a splinter, you know? So it's like, but they were like, and I was rushed. So he's like, do you want to check your bag or you could just give it up? I'm like, I'll just give it up. But it's like a brass, like for them to take that, I think they're wooden. He gave them to me wooden so they would get through security.
That's
you know,
funny.
but for them to do it. But like my point is that journaling, like I never would have thought twice about that, but it's like journaling brings that out. So sometimes I'll do that if I feel like nothing is happening, but then I'll take bits on my phone and I'll just like I went to jury duty, and I'm like there's so many funny things here about jury duty, trying to get out of it, the way they threaten you. In New York anyway, they go, you have to serve or you're going to go to jail for a year. It's like, well, they're going to have to pick a jury for my trial.
Is it really the case? You go to jail for a year?
They say it's a year or a $60,000 fine or something like that. It's like, I don't know, maybe 60,000 was too high, but it's like a year in prison and a fine or both. The point is they threaten you hard to make sure that you go to jury duty.
Oh my God.
And it's like, I don't know if this is how much faith I have in the justice system with you're threatening me, a private citizen, for a year to come to jury duty. Anyway, so you end up going, and it's like, as comics, we're in this conundrum because it's like, it could be a 3-week trial. It's like, yeah, I cannot serve for 3 weeks. I have road dates. Money is at stake. Flights are booked.
Yeah.
Like, all of this stuff matters to me. Like, I need this money. So, you know, but they just don't care. There's nobody to call. There's nobody to complain to. So it's like you come and you check in and you just hope that you're not called into the thing. So we're sitting there and we're just waiting. So, but that's like, there's so many funny with emotions and feelings that come through there. And like, how do I get out of this?
Right.
It's like a felony. A felony, if you have a felony, you can't serve. It's like, I could sucker punch the bailiff. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a felony. He's a cop. He's like, it's like, and then you start punching that up and crafting it and then going in there and.
I think tonight there's a connection dies. And most of my life trying to hide. I tried to see the whole world through a crack in the blinds. No check of time, pull back the time. Isolate the inside the die. Ready to die. In hell I arrive. Leave nothing behind. But empty bag was packed. Raised by the last wolf pack. Young mark in attack mode. Taking up the sheep pit mask. Everything I touch turned ash. And my whole soul burns in his back. Now I got horns on my head. They made out of brass. I got horns on my head. Like a certain zodiac. AK toting, golden toasted, hooked on from that north side. Frequent overdose, I'm tiptoeing right through hell. Break the law or break your jaw, don't any motherfucker come close to me. Fuck your cars and fuck your bars. If you really wanna die, then come drop me. Yo, Christ, demons all around, you can go outside. Knock at the door, hey, honey, or your home, you can hide, but you gon' die.
Believe me, the question of being an alcoholic, I'm not quite sure that I am one, but if I'm not one, I'm very near, right on the edge of being one.
Riding with the windows down, I like the feel of the wind. Mobbing with my kinfolks now, I like the feel of the sin. Smoke, drink, I feel better when I'm faded. It's much better when I'm faded. So much better when I'm faded. Yeah. Yeah. Hate being sober. Indian soda. I like to be thrown with all of my homies are all on my own. Roll up the zip. Take it to the head. You know when it's loud, feel it in your chest. Hit you like a slug, you gon' need a vest. I'ma need a buzz just to feel my best. Feeling like I'm blessed. Take another shot, now I'm off a lot, I don't feel the stress. Riding with the windows down, I like the feel of the wind. Mobbing with my kinfolks now, I like the feel of the sin. Smoke, drink, I feel better when I'm faded. It's much better when I'm faded. So much better when I'm faded. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I don't know my limit. This shit feeling dangerous. And we having fun, so I don't say shit about all of the anguish. Different stages, all of you niggas on different pages. And I can't explain it. So I'm taking shot after shot until all of the pain is faded. Funny how life got me jaded, but lick make me feel like I made it. Like life is a game, but fuck it, I treat it like Vegas. One for the riding with the windows down, I like the feel of the wind. Mobbing with my kinfolks now, I like the feel of the sin. Smoke, drink, I feel better when I'm faded. It's much better when I'm faded. So much better when I'm faded.
First day knocking, now they hopping. All on the way cause they see me popping. Big, large pockets, they start flocking. Here's what I say when they ass keep knocking.
My daddy said trust no man but your brothers, and never leave your day ones in the gutter. My daddy said treat young girls like your mother. My mama said trust no hoe, use a rubber. I'ma act 1, 2, stop the track, bring it back. What it do?
See, Ricky said, never let nobody get the one up on you. If they run up on you, hit them with a 1-2 or a bitch slap. Leave the cul-de-sac, your brother's gonna have your back regardless. And stick with your day one homies that was here before you started. And fear no man but the man above your head. Pray before you go to bed, everything my mama said.
First they knocking, now they hopping. All on the way cause they see me popping. Big, large pockets, they start flocking. Here's what I say when they ass keep knocking.
My daddy said trust no man but your brothers, and never leave your day ones in the gutter. My daddy said treat young girls like your mother. My mama said trust no hoe, use a rubber. My daddy said trust no man but your brothers, and never leave your day ones in the gutter. My daddy said treat young girls like your mother. My mama said trust no hoe, use a rubber. Hey, your mama ain't shit, your daddy ain't shit, and I've been making waves way before nostalgic. That was back in Carol City, yeah, when I was just a jit. With the all black faded dicky with the Raider fit, that was it. We was lit, y'all wasn't even shit yet. We was 3-6, Wu-Tang mixed with Dipset. Ricky used to take me to my first shows ever, where only dropped jewels way before they dropped cheddar.
First they mocking, now they hopping. All on the way cause they see me popping. Big, large pockets, they start flocking. Here's what I say when they ass keep knocking.
My daddy said trust no man but your brothers, and never leave your day ones in the gutter. My daddy said treat young girls like your mother. My mama said trust no hoe, use a rubber. My daddy said trust no man but your brothers, and never leave your day ones in the gutter. My daddy said treat young girls like your mother. My mama said trust no hoe, use a rubber.
My daddy was an evil man, she used to tell me he hated me. Then I got a little bit older and I realized she was the crazy one. But there was nothing I could do or say to try to change it, cause that's just the way she was. They said I can't rap about being broke no more. They say I can't rap about coke no more. Slut, you think I won't choke no whore till the vocal cords don't work in the throat no more? These motherfuckers are thinking I'm playing, thinking I'm saying this shit cause I'm thinking it just to be saying it. Put your hands down, bitch, I ain't gonna shoot you. I'ma pull you to this bullet and put it through you. Shut up, slut, you're causing too much chaos. Just bend over and take it like a slut, okay, ma? Oh, now he's raping his own mother, abusing a horse, snorting coke, and we gave him the Rolling Stone cover? You goddamn right, bitch, and now it's too late. I'm triple platinum and tragedies happen in 2 states. I invented violence, you vile venomous, vile little bitches, bang, Vicodin, bang, bang, bang. Sets his chainsaw, left his brains off, dangling from his neck while his head barely hangs on. Blood, guts, guns, cuts, knives, lies, wives, nuns, sluts. Bitch, I'ma kill you. You don't wanna fuck with me. Girls need you ain't nothing but a slut to me. Bitch, I'ma kill you. You ain't got the balls to beef. We ain't gonna never stop beefing. I don't squash the beef. You better kill me. I'ma be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said. But when they kill me, I'm bringing the world with me. Bitches too. You ain't nothing but a girl to me. I said you don't wanna fuck with Shady. Cause why? Cause Shady will fucking kill you. I said you don't wanna fuck with Shady. Why? Cause Shady will fucking kill you. Bitch, I'ma kill you like a murder weapon. I'ma conceal you in a closet with mildew, sheets, pillows, and film you. Fuck with me, I've been through hell. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to develop these pictures of the devil to sell them. I ain't acid rap, but I rap on acid. Got a new blow ball and just had a strap on at it. Whoops, is that a subliminal hint? No. It's criminal intent to sodomize women again. Eminem offend? No. Eminem will insult. And if you ever give in to him, you give him an impulse to do it again. Then, if he does it again, you'll probably end up jumping out of something up in the tent. Bitch, I'ma kill you. I ain't done this, ain't the chorus. I ain't even drug you in the woods yet to paint the forest. A blood stain is orange after you wash it 3 or 4 times in the tub, but that's normal, ain't it, Norman? Serial killer hiding murder material in a cereal box on top of your stereo. Here we go again. We're out of our medicine, out of our minds, and we wanting yours. Let us in, or I'ma kill you. You don't wanna fuck with me. Girls need you ain't nothing but a slut to me. Bitch, I'ma kill you. You ain't got the balls to be.
Full sin, brother. I got a stack for the waitress. I got a stack for security. And I got 5 for the bitch that I'ma fuck while she wearing my jewelry. And I got a couple $100 for the nigga that parked my whip. And I got a lot more in my pocket. Somebody better stop it. That ain't shit. That's just tips. That's just tips. That's just tips. And I got a lot more in my pocket. Somebody better stop it. That ain't shit. That's just pocket
change. Try to take it, let that rocket bang. Classy Azul will stock the plane. Got the strip club looking like the stock exchange. You better watch your tone before that two-tone watch come and rock your homie. You are not the homie. Put a boulder on top of your molar, then drive off. Now that's what I call a rock and roller. I am not for folding unless it's these bills. The code at the gate is a Netflix password. Come chill. You ain't never been in a Wisconsin mansion with a bitch you ain't live. Let me get some understanding. You just in here dancing on broke niggas for real? What? Ew. Well, let me get it jumping. I come from the slum, but I'm a slumdog millionaire. I show you how to get it bumping. Shit, you know how I'm coming. Just as long as it ain't in your hat, we gotta get it in something. Take that as straight facts, I ain't bluffing. I got bread, got a pocket full of muffins. I gotta pay you back for your patience. But what if I said I got a stack for the waitress? I got a stack for security. And I got 5 for the bitch that I'ma fuck while she wearing my jewelry. And I got a couple $100 for the nigga that parked my whip. And I got a lot more in my pocket. Somebody better stop it. That ain't shit. That's just tips. That's just tips. That's just tips. And I got a lot more in my pocket. Somebody better stop it. That ain't shit. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Legit lit, my bitch whipping the Viper. Your shit don't hit, you in the pit with the Vipers. You gon' get big cause you a clown ass nigga, so you won't get shit. I got a chain and another chain. Hop out the Lambo and get in another thing. I'm with the famo, ain't nobody struggling. Them niggas hollering gang, I say other gang. You gotta be honest, you know you feeling it. So get on your knees and do your due diligence. I'm killing it, isn't me or is it a fucking villainous? The Tallahassee hero on some villain shit. I can't walk with a million. Blue face, hunters, they crippling. I know they don't like it, I'm still getting it. Teddy Pan is officially in the bit of bitch. Been with a baddie like a few times. Butter out the booty like a shoe shine. I'm about to murder this pussy. True crime. One thing by the shot, I'ma shoot mine. Pull it over, you too fine. Hit it back to back, that's 2 times. Open up your mouth, I gotta pay you back for your paycheck. Before I leave, I got a stack for the waitress. I got a stack for security. And I got 5 for the bitch that I'ma fuck while she wearing my jewelry. And I got a couple $100 for the nigga that parked my whip. And I got a lot more in my pocket. Somebody better stop it. That ain't shit. That's just tips. That's just tips. That's just tips. And I got a lot more in my pocket. Somebody better stop it. That ain't shit. That's just here you go, here you go, here you go. Keep the pussy poppin', I got plenty more. Up to the ceiling, down to the floor. Come on, baby, show me what it's hitting for.
Whoever is in charge, suggest you go and get yourself a weapon and a guard. They need some coffee, everybody sleeping on me. Going around door to door, setting off alarms. All that horse shit, you should've left it at the barn. Keep a stallion, tell her gallop to the store and get cigars, yeah. Too many whips, gotta get a new garage made. I might steal one just to drive it in a car chase. Me and my bizarre ways. I moved up from a private to a sergeant. You can see it from the scar face. Hidden in a dark place, swimming in the shark tank. Give a bitch a little bit of change. She a game in an arcade. Not a second to lose. I'm the motherfucking Bible, that's forever the truth. And this is not another case of the celebrity blues. The devil with me and he tell me to shoot. Oh yeah. What would you do? Have you ever had to hurt just for something to do? Can you drive up a circle? A lot of lies cover the truth. You got options. What do you do? I wash these pills down where liquor fall. Leave it to me. I do enough for us all. Got what you need if you like breaking the law. My mother raised me a god. Blame the drugs, got me sitting on a weekday. Drunk as fuck, do a $1.60 on the freeway. Giving y'all the free base. Hidden in the middle of a briefcase. It's hidden in a subwoofer, big case. Used to wanna know how a freak tastes. Now I'm in it in an instant like replay. Broads a baton, pass her off like relay. Why I'm so mad on my B-day? She say, I thought you got sober. Then I said, I wish you stopped being a bitch and get to minding your business. Told me, money has changed you. I get to thinking that rarely do I visit how I get so egotistical. I'm a Buffalo soldier. Heaven is a mile away, the trouble much closer. I'm only 23, but my mind is older, and it'll forever be. Dead presidents to the homies, dead to my enemies. Oh yeah. What would you do? Have you ever had to hurt? Just for something to do. Can you draw a perfect circle? A lot of lies cover the truth. You got options. What do you do? I watch these pills now where liquor fall. Leave it to me, I do it not for salt. Got what you need if you like breaking the law. My mother raised me a god.
Fuck you.
My goddess told me good morning when I woke up.
Fuck you.
Know I had a good morning when I woke up.
Fuck you.
Gotta thank God every morning that I woke up.
Fuck you.
Would you remember me if I never woke up? Why?
Fuck you.
I'm just stressed. Walk through the winter, and I'll be on my way. I'm just a drifter, but in this season, listless. I just need some shelter, give me shelter
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 412 is not available.
Yeah, man. I wish you were here. Happy holidays. I love you. And I hope you have a good night / weekend / I hope I talk to you soon. Alright. Godspeed.
Oh yeah, I thought I have it figured out by now. Sure would be simple, problems will be in the past by now. Me and the homies will be sitting on millions, reminiscing on times when we were so broken, living in Oakland, just chilling. I thought I have it in the bag by now. I thought that we'd be kicking back by now. I know that life is a bitch, I know that life is a bitch. I thought we put her in a cab by now. But I'm stressed and I can't relax. Swallowing my pride and I'm hot, it was making me mad. Everybody saying I need rehab, cause I'm speeding with a blindfold on. It won't be long until they watching me crash. And they don't wanna see that. They don't want me to OD and have to talk to my mother. Tell her they could've done more to help me. And she'd be crying, saying that she'd do anything to have me back. All the nights I'm losing sleep, it was all a dream. There was a time that I believed that. But white lines be numbing them dark times. The pills that I'm popping, I need to man up. Admit it's a problem, I need to wake up. Before one morning I don't wake up. You make your mistakes never make you. I'm too obsessed with going down as a great one. But if you wait too long, they gon' find someone to replace you. So I guess this is a letter to all my brothers, most dope, that's forever. I love you more than words could express, and it's the part that you start crying if you ain't already yet. I did my best to be a leader you respect. At times I became weaker, got defeated by regret. So tell my baby I love her, and if she give me the chance, I'll put a seed inside her, make her a mother. Just know that there's a place where all my people worry free and everybody straight. Every devil don't got horns, every hero ain't got capes. Opened up my eyes, shit, I'm finally awake. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Yo, Van, it's the morning. You gotta go work. All right. Yo, you
You gotta be at work in like 10 minutes, yo.
That's what I do.
You good?
I'm straight. You know, it's good.
You gone? You gotta go pick up the dry cleaning and shit still?
Fuck that shit. Real scared.
Are you about to go to work? Alright. What time you gotta be at work?